So 4 years ago, I was sat in my room, not really sure how things were going to work out, but happy to be switching from chemical engineering to tech. When I arrived at my company's HQ, I was instantly in awe, realising that I'd made a decision that would shape the next 4 years of my life, accepting their interview offer, even though the company wasn't my first choice. So this is the story of my last 4 years as a degree apprentice. My group interview was pretty chill, and I actually met friends who I'd be doing all-nighters with, and really got on with my manager, who'd be there to help me through the early years. Walking into work on my first day was super exciting and intimidating, as I knew I had a lot to learn. And I was quickly introduced to Agile, bills and material data, and our Python and Java projects on GitLab. It's actually pretty embarrassing, but I failed a very simple coffee machine code update task, and my manager, maybe feeling a little sorry for me, took me out in his V8 F-Type after work once, which became a core memory, and turned that car into my dream car. Safe to say I started off really well, getting really high marks in assignments and getting involved in work straight away without any sort of comp sci background. But that confidence was cut short when I received 27% on a database module, and I was super stressed, but I figured out it was a system error and begged for a remark. And this turned out really well because I got a first in my first year, and without using any AI at all.
Say wallahi, bro!
My second year is when things really started to fall in place because I moved house and got engaged over the summer, and at work I started my first placement outside my home team. I even attended the release event for the Range Rover Sport, which was pretty cool. Around that time, I also became a buddy mentor to one of my good friends who just started his apprenticeship. And this was the year where I figured out that data engineering is what I wanted to do, and got hands-on experience with popular technologies by building loads of projects. I even found the time to travel to Copenhagen, my first holiday abroad. I worked from there for a couple of days and then Zambia for a couple of weeks as I travelled back in the summer for my dad's 10-year memorial, and connecting with the family back home was really good. In year 3 I hit my stride and I started by working my way into the data engineering team. Early during this placement I went out in another F-Type, but this time I was driving. I started to learn a lot more about data engineering by working with some complex code and getting advice from mentors and the crack senior devs in this team, who helped me build all my case studies for my apprenticeship portfolio. This is when the AI hype really hit its peak, and when I started to take note and work with different models such as DeepSeek, Gemini and Claude. By the end of third year, I was in full flow, working on both hardware and software projects which dealt with real-time systems and machine intelligence. And I ended the academic year pretty well, as we got married in the summer of 2025, and I took my wife on a surprise trip to Paris, where we ziplined across the Parc des Princes. A month later, we had a second honeymoon at Casa Cook in Rhodes, where I did a whole lot of nothing and eating in 2 weeks at 40 degrees heat. Then it was finally my toughest year, without a doubt. I just about planned my final year dissertation in time for September and finalised my portfolio for the new year. On top of this, I was upskilling after joining the battery manufacturing team and was solely responsible for developing the team's first software data tool. I found it hard to context switch between all the meetings, work and assignments, which meant I didn't do well on my first assignment and that I was super burnt out. But luckily, I locked in with support over the final couple months and got a first in my dissertation. My final presentation went really well too, even though I was pretty nervous doing it, and I walked out the DAC for the last time with a couple of my friends who came through the whole journey with me. And that leads me till now, which is reflecting, editing the video that you just watched, and 2 weeks before graduation. I've even got a frame, which my new degree is gonna go in. I sound ill, I feel tired, hair's not cut, but yeah, I'm super excited for the next 2 weeks preparing. I've got a suit, a set up parking, got a meal after. Oh, I actually got awarded best performance on the program, so I have to attend a celebration after the graduation where I'll be awarded that certificate. So yeah, all in all, it's been really good. Last 4 years, I got a first overall. I only wanted a 2-1 at the beginning. I said I knew nothing about software, I knew nothing about computers. Like, if I could keep up with everyone, I would have been happy, get a 2-1 at the end, and I actually got the best performer and a first. So yeah, you never know what you're capable of. I hope you enjoyed that video. There'll be definitely more to come, and yeah, see you in the next one.